back to 1010's podcast. My name is, of course, Michael Beck with Adam Nielsen and Robbie Veerhout. We're back!
This is like
the longest,
fourth or fifth week in a row with no nicknames for Robbie.
I know, but
I'm a little disappointed.
we need new ones for him, though.
I need to do
new
more
nicknames.
cool things.
You need to do more interesting
Be more
things.
spontaneous,
Be
Robbie.
more interesting. Be funnier.
I spontaneously taking a trip to Florida.
Rob-oring, that doesn't work.
Rob Boring.
That sounds
Yeah.
like Rob Whoring, and that's different.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah, it would be exciting. But that's not a nickname
That's
that you've
not what
earned.
I want. No, that's bad.
Are you doing one of your bucket list items?
Yeah, I'm doing the Miami to Key West in a convertible.
When are you doing that?
September 2.
You know
September
what?
2nd?
You know what you're renting?
A 2016 Mustang convertible.
Nice, a GT or an
I highly doubt it's a
or an
GT.
EcoBoost. I'd rather have the EcoBoost, frankly.
I think it's an EcoBoost.
It's probably the V6. That's the,
It has to be.
That's the
because,
rental car one,
it was,
isn't it?
It was 4 days for $170, and it's the only one that would guarantee a Mustang. Or it was a Mustang or a Chrysler 200.
Nah.
You should look up Turo.
I did.
Did you?
After I'd already bought it.
Oh.
So it's whatever.
What's Turo?
Turo's this app, right, that I just recently discovered thanks to another podcast. And it's like a place where you can go and rent cars, but you're renting people's personal vehicles.
Okay.
And I just assumed that there'd be nothing interesting, right? Because
It's Des Moines.
We live in Iowa, and there's never anything interesting. And mostly I was correct. There's a lot of RAV4s. There's a Chevy Spark. Who's on a Spark?
I'm going to pass on this
We
part.
could do a Will It Hoon episode. But then I'm scrolling through, and I see the Motherlode.
What is it?
Somebody in Des Moines
Has
has
the ultimate GTR.
no, if only,
We'd have to rent that.
an Alfa Romeo 4C
Yes.
That'd be fun.
$84 a day.
It's a pittance.
You can't afford to not do that,
can't
$84.
yeah.
When's our next autocross?
right?
I should... Is there a mileage thing? Is it just straight up $84 a day?
$84 a day.
For,
It's
for like
got a-
100 miles, though?
200
Yeah.
miles a day.
200?
200 miles a day or 1,000 miles a week.
Shit, son.
If
I
you
should
want to
probably
rent
do
it
that.
for a week.
I should probably do that just to say that I've driven one. For $84?
I don't see how you can't.
I should probably do that.
You'll knock $100 off a weekly rental.
What's that work out to?
$589.05.
I don't know if I need it for a week. I just kind of want to go out
Just for a
and
day. It would be
drive it
fun.
like a
But if we got
dickhead
it
and
for
come
a
back.
week, then you could take it on the rally.
on the rally that's coming up.
But then you'd have to. I mean, you'd have to park it a few days, but you'd have 1,000 miles to play with.
I don't think it'll go up the driveway at work. Plus, I don't want to have to explain that to people.
I'm renting it.
I'm renting it. Oh,
come
fucking
on.
amateur hour. Jesus Christ.
We made it 33 episodes, and you're the only one that has a phone call.
It's my dad. He's calling me because I just texted him about a swap meet.
Which is coming up in September.
September. He just texted me 9th and 10th.
Nice.
That was, it's the same weekend
it's a
as the
Friday and
concourse. Then.
Saturday.
It's the same.
It's a Friday, Saturday.
The concourse show is on Sunday.
It's on Sunday, so we could do both.
Where is that?
Greenfield, Iowa, which is this little like podunk town, kind of south and west of here.
So
Yep,
between
west.
us and Omaha.
It's like south of 80,
Okay.
west of here,
Okay.
and it's just a small town. Like I don't know if it's. I think it's probably about Shelton sized,
So like
3,000 to 5,000
Yeah,
people
yeah.
probably. But they have a big swap meet there every year. I think maybe even twice a year. It's a pretty good swap meet.
all right.
It's big.
It's a big swap meet, and it kind of died off for a little while. Now it seems like it's coming back. I'm pretty excited about it. But my dad's going to Vend this year.
To what?
Vend.
Vend. Oh, he's going to be a
Oh.
vendor.
Yes, he's selling.
gotcha.
Interesting. How
Yeah.
many booths does he have?
Probably just one.
How much stuff does he have?
Probably one
All of
booth's
it?
worth.
Okay.
I don't know what he has, to be completely honest with you.
We're going to show up, and me and you are going to buy a bunch of stuff, then just take it home. Your dad's
I'm not going to buy random stuff. No, because he'll talk me up. I don't want to go. I don't want to try to negotiate with his dad about swap meet stuff.
Nobody wants to negotiate with him. Yeah,
he'll
you'll
want,
lose
like,
that for
true.
sure.
He'll want $100 for a wheel. End up giving him like $10,000 somehow.
He's not that good. I'm that good. He says I'm his best salesman he's ever had.
Yeah, but
When
wasn't that-
you were little and
yeah,
cute.
when you
No,
were a
I
little kid.
still knock it out of the park.
All right, we'll have to go and find out.
Are you going to
We'll
go?
videotape it.
Are you going to go glad hand people? Do some sales
Depends
stuff?
on if I can get Friday off or not. I haven't decided.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. The
I'll probably
Friday
go,
thing sucks.
I'll probably go down there Saturday, but I don't think I'm probably going to make Friday.
Fair enough. I probably won't make Friday either. because I'm taking the weekend before that off, which is a holiday anyway. I'm taking that Friday.
Yep, that's when I'm in Florida.
That's when you're in Florida, so
I don't think I have any plans the next weekend.
I'm going to Lake Sun.
Then the concourse is on Sunday.
That's
Des
fun.
Moines
That's a fun time.
Concourse.
Oh, yeah.
Day Elegance. Is it Day Elegance? Do they call it that?
I don't know.
Do they go full on?
Dialogon, probably is how you pronounce it. Dialogon. It's French, isn't it?
I don't fucking know.
It's a good time though. Have you ever been to that, Robert?
I have not.
No, it's a good time. You haven't been either?
No.
It's because they don't advertise it, man.
They
I don't know
really
why
don't.
they
They
don't
really
It's
advertise
because
it.
they don't want us there.
But the weird thing is it's like downtown though. It's like bam, right there.
Yeah, they don't
Sculpture
want
park.
It's at the
people.
Sculpture Park.
Problem is,
They
there's gonna
don't
be a
want
bunch of
people like
Pokemon
us.
people down there, and they're gonna be like,
I think that's kind of tapered off.
has it?
And by September, let's hope that
It's not that cool anymore.
Pokemon Go's not a thing.
too many people have been run over.
Like now it's just the diehards. You know?
The people that got way too into it.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems it can't have lasted this long.
I wouldn't think so. What's
No.
what's your end goal with Pokemon Go?
to collect all the Pokemon.
To catch them all.
Okay, well, that
Duh.
sounds kind of boring. So you just keep doing the same
Then
thing.
you win the game.
Over what game?
The Pokemon game.
The game of life.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It sounds
Now,
completely
it
pointless.
was like a month ago I heard somebody had won or had caught them all already.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're done. Shut it down.
No, they started over again.
Savage.
I mean, they didn't put every Pokemon they've ever had on there, I don't think. Because there's like 460 of them or some stupid thing.
We are spending way too much time talking about Pokemon again.
Damn it. We did it again.
Every time.
You
This is
said
Michael's
you
fault.
said something about there being a bunch of students back. That's what started that before we
Yeah,
started
there's a
the
lot.
show.
All the students are back.
So they just all
This year seems to be a good year for interesting cars. Not like expensive cars from rich Asian students, but like lots of people driving
Mark II Golfs. Stuff like
good
that?
stuff. Unfortunately, there's a lot of modified Subarus.
There's a lot of Subarus around here.
The vape club is taking off, I hear.
Is there an Iowa State vape club?
I bet there is, actually.
I bet there is.
I wonder if it's
if there's a LARPing club.
There's a- there's a- there's
what's
a-
LARPing.
There's a
You don't know what LARPing
live action
is?
role
Son.
playing?
live action role
What?
play.
They take these big foam swords to the middle of Central Campus and they all fight each other with them.
What?
Didn't you
Yeah.
ever watch the movie Role Models?
Dude, they'll
No.
like dress up in like knights
Medieval
armor,
stuff.
like suits of armor,
Yeah.
and they'll have shields and swords, and they'll just go out and fight each other. And I mean, like you got to be in character. You talk like you're a knight, and they're into it.
Yep. They'll walk around like, good morrow, good morrow.
Yeah.
And then, like, if he hits you with your
Like a
sword in the arm,
Renaissance
then you
fair?
can't use that arm. If he hits you in the leg, you have to limp around.
Yeah,
They used to do it in front of the library all the time.
they used to do it right across from the skate park too.
Yep.
So anyway, what interesting cars have you seen on campus?
I don't know. There's just been a lot of. There's some kid cruising around in like a one of those 392 Challengers, and I see it. And I'm
Dude,
like,
those things are
Michael,
sick.
Michael should have bought one of those.
Sick. Challengers are sick, dude. Challenger or Charger?
Challenger.
Nah, I want the new Charger.
I'd rather have the Challenger.
The LED headlights. So sick. Sweet.
I suppose.
There was a guy at work that traded in his last year's Hellcat for this year's Hellcat.
Which is the same.
Apparently the black ones are selling like hotcakes, so they were willing to pay him equal money, like an even
To
trade.
get his black one back.
Yeah, so they gave him a gray one for his black one.
Oh, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
He wanted one with the sunroof, so he did it.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. I can't believe there's still that. Like,
Dude, the guy that owns our company that I work for, he got a Hellcat. He had to like beg to get it, and he built the damn dealership.
dude, I didn't realize they were still that hot
Yeah, it's a hot item.
item.
Yeah.
You'd think that by now the market would have been flooded enough.
I think you walk in there and you're like, whatever it is, 70 grand or whatever.
Chargers or Challengers?
Challenger, it's
Challenger, I think.
64,000, I think, is what they cost.
You're the guy you work with has the Challenger,
Yeah.
the 2-door.
Yep. That's his daily.
Two-door.
Because I think I see a lot of the Charger Hellcats.
Charger might be easier to
I wonder
get.
if that's a little less.
That's what I would have, though. That's the one I would have.
That's very practical of you.
So it looks sick. Shut up, Robbie.
I don't agree. I like,
I like the look of them better.
I like the Challenger.
That's fine. I'm not going to disagree. It's a Hellcat. It's
But what I really want is I want a Hellcat with a shaker hood. I don't think that's a thing.
You can make it a thing.
I'm sure you can, but that's what I know that it's not functional anymore, but I like it.
That's what they should have done. Didn't they do a newer generation with the shaker
Yeah.
hood for a while?
Yeah, you could get there's one with the shaker hood,
Is it
but
like is
it's
it
not the Hellcat.
just the 392 maybe?
I think so.
What's
That's the one I'd like.
Don't they have like a scat pack? What's that called? Like
I don't
The
think
shit
this-
pack, yeah.
what? I don't know what that. What's that called? What's that mean?
It is. It's well, I think it was
So
supposed to be.
Scat Pack was the race car back in the day.
I think it was the drag car package.
Yeah, it was the drag car package.
but that was back in the '60s.
Back when
and they-
scat didn't mean shit.
No, it always did.
It always meant shit.
I don't know
Yeah.
why they chose that name.
Yeah, but I think that they've talked about releasing that again. They've concepted it or something like that. I think there might be a Scat Pack coming.
Okay.
A Scat Pack Hellcat.
Or
I don't know.
Charger.
Scat Pack Hellcat.
I still think
the
I
392.
still think
you
they
get in
should
a
have
Scat.
put the Hellcat motor in the Viper, knocked 15 grand off of it, and sold it
Sold
that
it.
way. More power out of a smaller motor for cheaper. They wouldn't have been able to make them fast
I'm
enough.
sure it's lighter too. I'm sure it would have been better all around.
Just don't make it as an ACR.
Yeah.
Leave the ACR as it is with the V10 in it. Give the V10 option, but then make like a stripped down, non-aeroed Hellcat powered Viper.
That makes way too much sense.
They should have
It's
built
too
that car.
practical for Sergio to do that.
They should have built that car.
Yes, they should.
Tell me they shouldn't have. Give me one good reason why they shouldn't have built that fucking
I
thing.
can't. I can't think of one.
It's great.
There's a guy at work that he's got a. God, what's he got? Not a Dart. It's a Duster. He's got a Plymouth Duster. He's been building for like 10 years. Like it's got the big block in it, completely built from the ground up, and it's everything you want in a drag racing setup street car. And he's got all the same issues, like basically the same issues I'm dealing with, where he comes to me every day at work and he goes, "So this is what went wrong today." He ordered the new like self-learning
EFI thing.
EFI thing that you got.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get it. Like he fried something in his distributor and it screwed up a bunch of other stuff too. And then every day he argues whether or not to just light the match like I want to. And then he's like on Search Tempest looking up Vipers on a
Hell
daily
yeah.
basis.
Hell yeah.
Vipers? Oh, yeah.
He goes, for the money I could have bought this one. For the same money I could have bought this one. Yes.
Search Tempest is a dangerous place.
It's very dangerous.
You know what Search Tempest is?
Yes, I use it.
Okay.
I don't use Craigslist. I use Search Tempest now.
Tim Taylor, who's going to get a shout out because he's listened to more episodes than any of the rest of the audience in the last week, which means all of them. He introduced
of
me to Search Tempest.
Tim, when you hear this, I'm super proud of you for embracing your name
Tool Man.
and making your Instagram handle the Tool Man.
Tool Man.
Wonderful.
Oh, I'm so proud of
I think
you.
he's that on Twitter too. So find him. I
Tim
guess.
the Tool Man Taylor.
That's a show I haven't seen in a long
God, I
time.
love that show.
I used to watch that every day when I was working at the body shop. I'd go home at noon for lunch and watch Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
Then go back to work.
So, you know he has a new show,
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing?
What's that about?
It's just a...
Basically the same concept.
It's kind of the same thing, except now he manages like a Shields type of store.
Is it still like a sitcom thing?
Yep.
though?
Yep. I was watching an episode, and his oldest daughter brought home her new boyfriend, and it was the same actor that was the middle son in Home Improvement.
That's a little weird.
And
Were they like playing off on that?
yeah,
Like,
they were. And he's like, "You look familiar. I don't know why, but you look familiar." I thought it was hilarious.
God, I wouldn't even. I haven't watched that show in like probably over 10 years. I don't even know if I'd
love it.
recognize anybody
I
else
love
other than the mom. I could probably recognize the mom, and that would be it.
Did you have the hots for her when you were little?
Well, who didn't? I mean,
I get it.
I was scared of girls at that age, so
You were older than both of us.
I know.
By like
but,
a bunch.
But I was real slow to realize that girls weren't as scary as I thought they were.
Or they're more scary.
I was like at
They're-
least
they're more
18
much
or
scarier
19.
you
than
never,
you-
you
Yeah,
never could have
yeah,
known.
that's true.
yeah, they're much
That's
scarier than
probably
you ever
true.
thought possible.
It's a good point.
There is that.
So that's all we got on that.
Anyway,
Should we do our?
we got way off.
Yeah, we do.
topic
Let's
here.
do our social media stuff. So you can find us on Facebook at 1010s Podcast and Instagram at 1010s Podcast, on Twitter at the number 10 tense podcast, and then you can find all the rest of the stuff at 10tenspodcast.com. And who wants to announce the big news?
Robbie.
So, because we did shirts this spring and we want to keep doing that, we want to give people an option because we were arguing back and forth all ever since then about what we should do for shirts. Like, oh, should we do different colors? Should we change the logo? What should we do? So I've decided to start a store where you can get basically any color you want. It's going to be the same logo what we have for now, but you can get tank tops for girls, different style men's shirts, different colors, and all sorts of them. Anything from extra small all the way up to triple XL. There's even mugs. And
Coffee
gonna-
mugs.
Coffee mug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna see what we can add to this store. So if be on the lookout for, I think it's just go to the website 10tenspodcast.com, click on store, it'll link you to it. And
Boom.
Start
Just that
start
easy.
ordering our stuff.
Start ordering now.
Yep.
Hopefully. It's not up yet.
Like right now.
It's not up yet because it's Wednesday, but when you hear this, it'll be Sunday, and so it's up.
Hopefully on Sunday we have it all set up.
How long have
most of it's
we
done.
been talking here?
Well, since we started the show or since the very, very
no,
beginning?
since we started the show.
Oh, I don't know, about 20 minutes maybe.
So at
Less than that.
12:30, if we haven't had an order, I'm going to be disappointed in all of you.
That's high expectations. But
Very.
but that said, I have heard people chastise us for not having shirts, and we don't have any stickers up there yet. But if you want a sticker, you should just contact
we're
us.
working
They'll
on
be
that
up
too.
soon.
Yep.
They will be up soon. We promise.
Yeah, we're working on it. I think I still owe a couple people.
I shipped out Ian's this week.
Yeah. I think I might owe a couple people a sticker.
stickers. Hopefully, we'll have more of those soon as well. But that'll be awesome.
Yes,
That'll be good.
I'm excited about
And
that.
I think the shirts are going to be a tiny bit cheaper than the first round.
They actually are cheap. No,
The same?
roughly the same price.
Okay.
Different options.
But you can get them at your leisure. If it is 2021 and the candidate that you hate for president hasn't ruined the world yet, you can still buy 10 Tenths Podcast T-shirts on our store, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. We're never going to close that store.
Nah, keep it open
It'll
forever.
be up forever. Why not?
Why would you? I don't even know where that came from. That was weird.
What else we got? Is that it?
Well, somebody purchased a new vehicle this week.
I did.
Garage update. It's not project update. It's garage.
It's garage update.
Future project update.
Future, yeah. So I bought it, and I was like, I'm going to be really practical, right? I'm not going to think about mods. I'm just going to leave it alone. No, sir. I've already been on the internet. You know they make a Pro Charger?
For what?
What car?
It's a Trailblazer SS,
What year?
2007.
It was somebody's baby.
It is somebody's baby. It's clean.
Does it have leather?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heated seats?
Yes.
Yes.
Sunroof?
Yes. Climate control.
Ooh.
XM radio.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
You need
it's
that in
loaded.
your daily. That's
Alcantara.
the key.
It says
It needs to come down 2 or 3 inches. It's a little tall.
it's stock
Nope.
ride height
It's
for
gotta,
sure.
gotta be stock ride height if you want to
Son,
keep
drop it.
daily.
Drop it, son.
Drop
Who
it,
cares?
son.
That's not practical.
It's not supposed to be practical,
Hashtag
Robbie.
YOLO, Robbie.
It's got a 6-liter LS2.
Hashtag.
We're not doing that.
No, we.
For those of you that can't read Adam's mind, there's this new thing that he showed us where you take 2 peace signs with your hands and you make a hashtag and you like strike them together.
Twice.
It's the stupidest
Hashtag.
thing I've ever seen.
I don't know where I saw it, but I laughed really hard, and now it's my new favorite thing.
I think Jimmy Fallon did a bit where he made fun of it.
It's stupid.
That's
as
probably
hell.
how
That's
you saw
why
it.
I like it.
Fucking Jimmy Fallon.
Him and Justin Timberlake had a skit.
So anyway, I don't disagree. I would like to drop it. That'd be pretty sick.
And pro charge it.
Yeah, sure.
Put
Why
some
not?
headers on it.
I'd like to at least
Does it
put,
have-
put a little cam action in it.
Does it have the tow package?
It's got a hitch. If that's what you mean.
7,000 pounds.
That's good enough.
7. Yeah. What do you? I don't need to tell more than that. It
No,
doesn't
I-
have a trailer brake on it.
Yeah,
so
you're fine.
We can add that. That's no big deal.
I don't even want to.
Does that
I've
fit 5?
wired things before. We'll figure it out.
What's that?
Does that fit 5 or 7
Say what?
people?
5.
Is this 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, just 2 rows.
It's quite a bit bigger than the Rogue, though.
It is bigger than the Rogue. It's also faster than the Rogue, in case you're wondering.
That's fine. It gets like 10 miles to the gallon.
Flying them up.
And
Zero-
it doesn't have a CVT.
It
Oh,
does
so
not have
it'll
CVT.
shift real nice.
It'll
and
work, yeah.
It'll work when you want it to. That's nice.
I got the all-wheel drive one, too.
Oh, that's nice.
Did they
That'll be-
make
that'll
a
be good.
non-all-wheel
They
drive?
do, apparently.
Trailblazer SS?
I don't know why. Maybe they just sold them in, like, California.
So it's basically a big Subaru.
It's a giant Subaru Outback.
I guess.
Same levels of practicality.
But
Now you
better.
can, now you can
Because
fit
it
all the
makes
groceries
LS
in there.
noises.
That's nice.
And now he finally can be all this LS guy.
I can. I actually have
Because
an
he actually
LS.
finally has one.
An actual LS, not an LQ, not an LF,
LT.
not an LT, LS2, son.
Bam!
6 liters, all aluminum.
That's the aluminum motor?
It's all aluminum.
Aw, yeah.
It's dope, son.
Well, at least if something goes wrong, you have a place for that engine.
You should autocross it once.
Isn't that too rollover risky?
I don't know. It might.
They would have let me
pass.
take it to Marshalltown.
I
don't
think it's the
know.
only place that would let you.
DMVR.
Sioux Falls don't give a fuck.
They don't give a shit.
No, they had somebody last year running in a lowered diesel F-250.
Savage.
Huh.
It was
Actually,
actually pretty cool.
in Sioux Falls? No, the one I saw was in Cedar Rapids. That's not the one. I think somebody else tried to race one of those too. But anyway,
We could rally cross it.
no.
Nah, you got to baby it.
It does have a low front lip.
So does the S10. I was thinking about it.
Dude, it's got an intake. It's got a grill for the intake in the passenger side headlight.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're super cool. I remember when I worked at the dealership, we had one, and I was like, this is pretty rad. I don't hate this.
So the Veloster is gonzo.
Yay!
Bye, son.
And I have a bigger, more practical daily driver. I'm so proud of you.
I already miss it.
I don't miss it.
No?
I liked it a lot.
What about the shifting thing?
Nah, actually, I drive on 235 enough that I was tired of it.
So whose side of the argument are you on now?
For automatics,
For your daily driver?
for daily driver, in this particular case where it's not an option,
You have an automatic.
I have an automatic.
Yeah.
It
It's
wasn't.
not a thing, though. If you
Fine,
want
whatever.
a Trailblazer SS, you have to have an automatic.
Now, if
this
there
is-
was a manual Trailblazer SS, I would have sought it out probably.
And apparently that's the only vehicle they ever put that transmission in.
Huh.
So if he breaks it,
It's up
it's
a
going to
creek.
cost him some serious
Nah, I
cash.
figured out. You could put a 4L80E in it.
Mucho dinero.
You could swap a truck transmission in it.
Oh, okay.
What about a T56?
You could do that. You're going to lose your front drive wheels, but you could do that.
Would you?
It can all be done. Yeah, you lose your front drive.
Damn.
Yeah, not a thing.
That's probably why it doesn't have the 4L60 in it too.
No, that engine would shred a 4L60.
But is that why? So is the all-wheel drive one the only one with that transmission, or is the Trailblazer SS the only one with that transmission?
That's a good question.
I'll bet it's the
4L
all-wheel drive one.
The 4L70E.
It's probably the all-wheel drive version of the 4L80.
Yes, I would. Yeah, that's probably true.
This is complete.
Nobody cares.
Just
Nobody gives a shit.
Well, no one will fact check us. We're fine.
That's
That's
true.
not true.
Nobody cares enough to actually look this up.
Yeah,
Josh.
I'll buy
Josh
that
is
at face value.
googling it already and getting ready to text me.
Well, if he's watching the YouTube video, he could look at a picture of it and just forget about it.
So anyway, the Veloster's gone. I haven't lost any sleep over it. I really liked it, but I never was in love with it. I'm like,
It's like the
this is-
TT.
It's very compromised in some ways.
I thought about the TT a few days ago, and I didn't think about it in I miss that car. I thought about it it's been over a year, and I still have not had one thought where I was like, man, I miss that car. And that surprises me.
I expected you to go back and wonder what if.
Nah, I don't. I don't miss that car at all.
That's good.
It's weird.
But I think that was more because it was a pain in the ass.
Epic pain in the ass.
But it was really good sometimes too, right?
For 6 months.
Okay.
Total.
Out of the 6 years I owned it.
Okay, fair enough. Because with the Veloster, it was just good. It was like B- all the time. And then it never really had anything go wrong with it yet, because I didn't own it long enough for it to go wrong.
My parents would have been happy with that when I was in high school, though.
Yeah, I know. But that's why I liked it at the time, because that's what I needed at the time, though, was I was driving 100 miles a day, and it just
Yeah.
needed to work, and it had turbo, and it was 6-speed. It was $6,000 cheaper than a GTI. So it made sense.
It did.
But I never was like, I love this car. This is a great car. I love it.
Probably would have loved a GTI.
Probably, yeah. I probably
new
would have.
GTI.
I probably would have, yes. A Mark 7 GTI, yes. But the Trailblazer, if someone tries to take it away from me, I'm going to kill him with a hammer. It's fucking sweet.
Is
dude.
that sitting under your seat
Wow.
ready to go?
Yeah, it is.
Holy cow, I've never seen him that serious in my life.
He went from this is a fun conversation to seriously, don't look at my car.
Don't
wrong.
even
don't
fucking
even don't
think
even
about
think
it.
about it. Don't lean on it.
I'm never parking next to that car again.
No.
I'm just it's a fair warning to the world right now. Just get
This
it out
is
there.
on the internet.
Don't look at it sideways. Don't even get anywhere near it with your keys. Keep kids away from it.
Holy cow.
You're gonna park on the far end
Yeah.
of the parking lot.
Oh no, I'm not even parked in this parking lot. I'm over there.
That would
I
be
walked a mile to get here, actually.
That's not true.
You're at the
Sitting right there.
end of the cul-de-sac.
Robbie
Well,
can
I
see
figured it was safe there in Robbie's driveway. Of course, you need to trim your fucking tree, by the way.
That's not my tree.
Trim that tree. I don't care if it's a rental property or not. Trim that tree.
I trimmed it when
Some of
the
us care about our paint.
when the drifter guys were here. I trimmed it.
It's true. I saw that.
I cut it down with the pocket knife.
It's
That's all I had at the
Practical
time.
man, this guy.
It's hilarious.
It needs trimmed again.
I'll trim my bush later. It's fine. So tell us about your other car. You did some fun stuff with it.
This is what happens when we don't have a normal show. I just go out and do a bunch of fucking random shit. Unsupervised?
You do.
Yeah.
Robbie and I didn't. do
Everything's
anything.
broken for us.
Yeah,
Your shit fixed, son.
My car's on jack stands.
We're not even going to go there.
Not good news?
I'm pretty sure the ECU that I replaced my other ECU with has a fried circuit board.
All right, we don't have to go there, though. Feel the pains.
The
so we won't
computer
go
is
there.
back in Florida to be put on a car to verify that it is, in fact, fried.
Ah, awesome.
While you're down there next week, you can pick it up.
And that'll be back here already by then.
Damn.
Or it won't matter because it's broken.
You can go down there and slap some around.
No.
Get some shit done.
Get Michael's hammer.
You can borrow a hammer.
Nah, we'll worry about it. That's future Robbie's problem. And current Robbie's problem. And past Robbie's problem. Whatever.
You're bringing the tone of the show down.
Tell me about your drifting experience.
I went drifting, and it worked.
Was it awesome?
It was pretty awesome.
You did some sweet skids?
I did some skids. Yeah, I wouldn't say I did drifts. I did some skids,
Bro.
bro. But no, I was pull up. Yeah, we won't talk about the hand
So
signs.
you like, dude? And
dude, I
do-
did some drifts.
So, dude, stuff's sick. It's dope.
It's wet.
Used
It's
dose.
lit.
It was pretty lit. It's wet.
So wet.
Tell your friends about wet, by the way. Just go around. Just if you're in the office and somebody brings up like a cool chart, something like, "Oh, it's a pretty wet chart, dude," and then just walk away.
It's dripping wet.
That's dripping wet, bro. Thanks. And just walk away.
Wait, what?
Just get out. Because they're gonna think about it.
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna they're gonna go.
It's going to be a thing.
Did he say what? Did he say?
Slutenhosen didn't take off,
Did he say wet?
but wet's going to take off.
He said wet, didn't he? People have been using lit lately.
It's way better than lit.
Yeah, they had good lighting. It was nice.
It was at
It was
Grid
real
Life.
lit.
Yeah, they had
it was
great
good-
lighting.
It was great lighting. It was super lit.
It was very well. It was a very well lit event and a very well lit show. I felt.
Yeah, it felt. It happened during the day, so it's
It was
sunlight.
during the day. It was very
lit.
well lit for sure. And then during the show, I feel like they brought in a lot of lights to make sure it was well lit.
Yeah, of course.
So that's okay. Yeah, great. They had lights. Thank you for pointing that out on social media.
Great lighting. Let's go.
But it wasn't wet.
It was
nice and dry the whole weekend.
No, yeah, exactly. For those that don't know, which is nobody except for Jabay, but we're old, I guess, because we got on social media at Grid Life thinking, we'd troll some people while we were there, and everybody was saying Grid Light was lit or is lit.
And I'm sure we talked about this last time, didn't we?
Did we
No,
talk
we've
about
never talked
Okay.
about lit.
I could have.
Everybody kept saying it's lit, and we're like, how old are we? Because
We're over here like, is
Cool, yeah,
dank
it's
not
great.
a thing anymore? What happened to dank?
I thought it was gnarly.
awesome, bro. Sick. Anyway. Where was I? So anyway, everybody kept saying it was lit, and so we tried to come up with our own thing because
This was our sleep-exhausted drive home where
Yeah.
everything was funny.
3 hours of sleep the whole time.
that was funny.
So first we came
at
up.
the time.
First we came up with moist. Grid Life was moist.
But there's a
People
lot of
hate
people
that
who
word.
don't like moist.
Moist is not a good
And
word.
we don't
There's-
want to alienate those people with our sweet new term.
There's at least 20 people listening right now that are really uncomfortable.
Moist.
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 Make it weird.
Yeah, it was.
So we came up with wet,
Moisture.
and then if something's really
oh.
cool.
No, so we came up with wet.
Yeah,
keep going.
instead of lit. And if something's really cool, it can be dripping wet.
Dripping.
Or sopping even.
Sopping.
That's actually a lot dirtier now that I'm thinking
yeah,
about
it
it.
is
It's
for sure.
much-
That's why
much
it's
more
so
inappropriate.
It's so much better than lit.
It's way better than
Wet
lit.
is solid, man.
Yeah, it's like it's
I like
wet.
It works on a lot of
I
levels.
like it.
It is good.
Man, that event was wet. Sploosh.
Hashtag sploosh.
So how
Innovators.
so how
Come here for banter such as okay. Anyway, sorry.
That'd be the worst show we've done yet.
How the hell did you get your Fiat to drift?
It's not. It's you just put a welded diff in it, really, and some skinny tires.
Did you weld the diff or did you have one?
In the many Fiats that have been collected, one had a welded diff in it
Just held on to it.
because one that I got from Jerry, who we know Jerry.
Jerry Grogan?
Yeah, he had a
He
Fiat in his
That
hangar.
was where you got one of your 124s was from Jer Bear? That's awesome.
Yeah, he had it. He's like, "Do you guys want this thing for like $100?" He's like,
yeah.
"I'm never gonna do anything with it." It used to be somebody used to autocross it.
Was that the race car?
Yeah,
That was the one that awesome.
yeah. So that had a welded diff in it. So I put that back in it, and then I put some skinny tires on it. Which now I remember we talked about this on Slip Angle. So we're
Yeah, a
boring
little
people.
bit.
And then so put it in the trailer, took it out there. The trailer's got side doors on it and shit. So open up the doors, kind of getting stuff ready, and people are like, "Look, like, dude, what the fuck coming around the corner? Like, what the fuck what's going on in there?" And so people are coming over.
That's not a 240. What is
Yeah,
what
they're
is
like,
that?
what? That's weird. So people get it out, park it, people are coming over. They're like, first of all, they're like kind of at a distance, like looking at it. They're like, what the fuck is
Like real hushed tones.
Is he really here with that?
They're like looking at each other like, what the fuck? And then they come over like, dude, what is this?
Does that even have a turbo?
Did Mazda make a Miata in the 70s?
You want to know? Fun fact.
Is that like a first gen
Yeah, like
Miata?
like a pre-gen?
It's an NZ Miata?
Just an
MZ?
N. Just an N.
It's an N Miata. Anyway, more people at the drift event for O Drift Collective knew it was a Fiat than people at SCCA meets.
That's because they can read.
Well, apparently drifters can read.
Well, that's good.
Autocross people cannot read. Drifters can read. They're like, it's a Fiat. What Fiat is this? What is this? And then you tell me, tell them about it. It's like, dude, that's dope. I'm like, this is dope. This car. This was built in the 70s. The swingers and disco. This is dope. Like, yeah, dude, this is sick, dude. Yeah. They'd be like, you're gonna drift this, dude. You're gonna slide this. Yeah, that's fucking dope, son. I'm like, okay, neat. I guess. I thought for sure they'd be like,
get out of here.
Could you leave, nerd? Please,
beat it, nerd.
Just there's the exit. If you could head that direction, that'd be great.
Yeah, thanks for coming, but get out.
No, they were super cool. They're like, this is sick, dude. I can't believe you're gonna do this. This is awesome. I'm like, okay, sweet.
Because you were literally the only person there with a carbureted vehicle,
Yeah, it may have been.
and that's why they were into it.
There's you see an occasional carbureted LS, but yeah, that's probably true. People were asking questions. They're like, what? Like, they're like looking at because the cam gears are exposed and stuff, and like
that
pointing.
motor
and stuff.
is gorgeous. It's
cool looking.
It's real. The head and the valve cover and stuff. Very cool looking motor.
Yeah. So, in my book, drift people are okay because they're open minded.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah, they seem super nice. Like we were there just watching. They
they
seemed
were
really
cool. Everybody was cool.
Yeah.
So they
then they came and helped you coach. Like they coached you and rode along with you, kind of.
You had Luke, right?
Luke may have come out just
Former
to do
guest.
that. I don't know. He may have. Not sure. He didn't bring a car with him. So,
Oh, wow.
But anyway, so I went out there at first, and if you've raced on a track or been on a track or like played a video game,
Where were you? Just so they can reference.
I was in Pacific Junction at Raceway Park of the Midlands, ma'am.
Nailed it. Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Raceway Park of the Midlands is definitely ma'am when you shorten it.
Yep, it is. So you go out there, and they had it set up basically the same way when you or I were there, Robbie.
Yep.
Those two sections were the same to start with, anyway, for the day.
Okay.
And so I went out there and get lined up, and the first thing that happens when I get there is the guy says, we're trying to see who can do the longest burnout. I was like, okay, I don't think this is going to work, but let's do it. Screw it. But it was like that.
Seriously, you
Yeah.
did a burnout with that thing?
Hell yeah.
How'd it go?
It did. It went through first and into second. It did a pretty good burnout.
Nice.
So I get to the corner and take the race line, which is wrong. By the way, you have to be on like the opposite side of the track. So if you're a racer and you decide you're going to go drifting, you need to take somebody with you because you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong spot. Wherever you think you need to be,
Guaranteed.
you're in the
Yeah.
wrong spot. You need to be opposite of where you think you should be, and then you need to turn in way earlier than you think you should. So anyway, I spent kind of the morning skidding around on my own and crashing into the dirt, and then I went out with Luke, and Luke got me on the right line and made me go faster and made me spin around in circles a whole bunch of times. But not because he's a bad coach, but just because there needs to be a lot of training. And
So you spent the whole day going 11 tenths?
yes, I did.
Yeah.
I definitely spent the whole day going 11 tenths. I didn't hit anything, but I spent a lot of time in the grass. But
Nice.
that's kind of part of the deal.
So I remember we talked about this a little bit. How fast did they say you needed to enter corner one in that one section that you were? Wasn't it like 80?
Yeah, so there's, I can't remember how they number those corners out there. So if anybody's really well versed in that, I'm sorry. But there's the section of the track that's right in front of the grandstand, right
Which
there.
is the front straightaway. That's
Before that.
sorry.
It's
that runs along
the chicane.
Oh, wait.
It's a
Are
chicane.
there two grandstands there?
turn.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
So there's the grandstand for the track, which
Yeah.
is basically along the straightaway that comes into the very last corner, and then there's the main straightaway going into corners 1 and 2 runs parallel to the drag strip, and there's
Yeah.
a grandstand on the other side of that.
It's before that.
Okay, so you're going into the
It's the
last
last-
set of corners.
It's the last three corners. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a kink and then kind of a almost 180. Almost
Yeah.
kind of almost
kind
180.
of a chicane thing
Yep.
there.
Yep. So that we didn't start that till halfway through the day. They changed that section. We were farther up the track. So they moved the section down. And they were saying in the driver's meeting, you need to go into this corner at 80 miles an hour to drift it. Not to drive on the race line. To drift it is at 80 miles an hour.
So pretend for a second that you were there for grip.
Yeah.
How fast do you think you would enter that corner if you were out there in a normal capacity?
Oh, I don't know. 90, 100. I mean, as fast as my car would go through there, probably.
Oh, because that's probably a flat-out corner for you?
Maybe not quite. It'd be scary in a grip car because you'd be trying to cut that corner, that first yeah. I mean, well, then you got to get slowed down. You'd probably have to slow down to hit that third corner to get onto the straight.
The third corner's tight.
The third corner's tight. But apparently you lose enough momentum when you're drifting to get slowed down and get through that. But, yeah, 80 miles an hour. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
It's kind of a stiff learning curve.
It's fourth gear in the Fiat.
Out of 5, though,
Out
right?
of 5 gears, yeah.
Okay.
It's fourth gear. It's pretty crazy. So I'm in the car with Luke the first time we go out there, and he gets me going. He gets me onto that straight before the chicane, and he's just like, go, 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 and the corner's getting closer, and the corner's getting closer. I'm like, well, fuck it. He probably knows what he's doing, right? So I just stayed in it, and I probably went in closer to 60 the first time, but it's still pretty scary. I mean, there's nothing to hit out there, but I mean, you're kind of in like a controlled crash when you're drifting all the time. So there's a high probability that you're going to end off in the weeds. The real issue is if you hit a rumble strip dead on, like straight on, and it hits your oil pan.
Ooh.
That's when shit goes bad.
So when you're initiating drift, you go pretty wide into the corner and turn in really late, don't you?
You go wide, you turn away from the corner, you do your flick.
Yeah, you do your little Scandinavian flick,
Yep.
but when you do that, it's pretty late, isn't it? It would be later than you would if you were.
Oh,
if
for
you
sure.
were-
Yeah, definitely. You're staying on the outside as long as possible, basically.
Yeah, and then you just kind of throw yourself in there.
Yep, toss it in, power on.
So that's what I do when I'm driving home on the gravel road, and there's that little corner right next to my house, and just pretend like I'm a drifter there.
Yep, go wide, cut across the corner. Yep.
Cool.
And then he was trying to teach me transition, because on that corner you've got 2 transitions you have to do. And I don't know if I successfully did both together. I did the first one a couple of times, but it's hard because you're on the power, you're holding the slide, and all of a sudden you have to go the other direction. So you come off the power, you basically let go of the steering wheel, let the car start to correct itself.
You do come off? I would think you kind of stay in it.
No, you can't. You start
have
to come off
to
it.
get it to rotate.
Yeah, you got to
suppose?
get it to regrip, and then you immediately have to get it to ungrip. So it starts to straighten the car up, and then Then as soon as the car starts to swing, then you want to put the power back on to keep that momentum moving that direction. And when that happens in that car, it didn't usually want to let go. The power wasn't enough to get it to initiate the skid the other direction to do the transition. So then we started working on clutch kicks, which he got me to do. I did a couple of those. They're kind of fun.
And that's legitimately you're kicking your clutch in and
Yeah, you're
disengaging and
Yeah, the other weird thing is that when you're grip racing, you're thinking about the brake. Then you're thinking about how you're going to downshift while you're still on the brake. When you're drifting, you might as well not even have a brake pedal until you crash. I mean, that's when you need the brake pedal. But you don't think about the brake. So the weird thing in my car,
Or you make 900 horsepower.
or even it doesn't matter anymore. But I put my foot down on the dead pedal, for better or worse, when I'm grip racing or autocrossing or whatever. I put my foot down, so I had to train my brain. I need to pick my left foot up and put it over the clutch as I'm starting to initiate the drift, because if the drift goes wrong, you can fix the drift by clutch kicking. That's how you can get your wheels to spin, that jolt to the rear end, stab that clutch pedal with the accelerator floored. Or if you're in that transition and the car straightens up and it grips real hard and you can't put the power down hard enough to get it to spin, then you clutch kick it again and it will come around.
You need a bunch of rear sway bar.
Yeah.
So
Put the rear sway bar back on the
in
car.
a front wheel drive car, you put a bunch of rear sway bar in, and then you can get lift off rotational oversteer. Basically, so like when I'm autocrossing, like with my Omni, I want a bunch of rear sway bar, and then as I'm diving into a corner and I lift, the back end will rotate. And I would think that if you have a bunch of rear sway bar, those transitional stuff, especially if you don't have enough power to really get the back end to go, having a bunch of rear sway bar and being able to lift and get back in it would probably help you rotate.
Yeah, for sure. You should probably run a lot of sway bar.
Build one like Jabay did on his CRX.
I haven't seen that one. Is it huge?
It's ridiculous. I got some pictures of it.
So
I snapped some secret shots. It's not secret. He posted a whole build log on some internet forum, but that's all right.
So anyway, it was fun.
nice. So it looked like a good time.
Yep, Fiat will drift. In case anybody was wondering, it will do it.
I thought it was cool that they Drift posted pictures of your car sliding on their Instagram page.
Next to a Subaru, of all things.
Yeah,
Somebody showed up with a Subaru, pulled the front drive shafts, and went drifting.
That was the weird thing. So I'm out there for the first time, and the weird thing is maybe it's just me, and because like the red mist descends, like when I drove Don's car, like I just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm on a racetrack, and we're all gonna die. I'm taking all these fuckers down with me. So I was like, whatever, we're out here. And the Subaru pulls up behind me. I'm looking behind me. I'm like, is that a fucking Subaru? And I asked the guy that was the starter. I was like, is that a fucking Subaru? He's like, yeah, apparently it is.
All right then.
Okay. Yeah, he pulled the front drive shafts out. The interesting thing is I think he had a slightly bad day, which kind of sucked. And it was right after that corner where they took that picture.
Did he have a Subaru?
Did his
No.
glass transmission break?
No. He, let's see. He was right in front of me. So it may have been right before that picture was taken. And he went through the corner, and I think he started to grip mid-corner, and it pushed the car off the track, and he hit with his front, so like the driver's side front tire, he hit the rumble strip, but right in front of it. So like the dirt right in front of the rumble strip.
And then
so it
dug in
off.
a little bit.
It dug in, and I think he broke something.
Probably a rim and some control arm action.
Yeah.
He had to call AAA to come home.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. He was... I don't know that I don't remember him seeing him out there in the paddock when I got back. But yeah, that was bad. But that was like the only carnage from the day. Maybe lost one bumper.
That's way less interesting than grid life.
Way less than grid life. That's because guys aren't initiating drifts like 400 feet before the corner.
At 100
miles an hour. Yep, that's exactly why. They're pretty controlled.
And they can
crashes.
see the corner, unlike turn 1 at Gingerman where they're initiating drift before they can even see the
I think I
fucking
initiated
thing.
the drift here last year, and then all of a sudden they're basically on the other side of the track. They've gone through the weeds.
They just cut off, the second half of turn 1 and turns 2 and 3 and just go straight for that far.
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah. It's Gran Turismo style.
Nice.
So anyway, fun time, fun people.
10 out of 10 would do it again.
10-10 would do it again. Everybody's really relaxed and chill, which is nice. And I talked to Luke. I said something to Luke about that, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of like this everywhere. Everybody's pretty cool. Because we were sitting there ready to initiate one of the sections, and I think I was first in line or second in line. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear this bap, 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 and all of a sudden this 240 just slowly creeping up next to me. Fucking smoke pouring off of the back of it. He's just doing a standing, like the world's slowest standing burnout. And everybody's just standing there looking at him. He's like, bap, 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 bap. Nobody cares. Like, that's cool.
All
like,
right.
clapping. Very
You
nice.
get a couple thumbs up and just
Some thumbs up.
on with your
Golf
day.
clapping.
Oh, yeah. You do the surfer.
The surfer thing?
Yeah.
Like with your thumb and your pinky.
Pinky, back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Do one of those.
Suh, dude.
Suh, dude. And you just keep going. It's cool. Nobody cares.
Is that what they say? Suh, dude?
Suh.
Where did that come from?
I don't
I
know.
see it all over like Instagram stuff. People are like,
S-U-H,
suh,
dude.
dude. And I have no idea
I think
what that
that's
means.
what it is.
That's what it is? Oh, okay.
Drifters do
They
it.
stole it from the surfers and it's theirs now?
Yeah, from
like
the
it.
80s. Now it's a...
So they're going to be like, suh, dude, that's gnarly. Taking it back?
I don't think... maybe they say gnarly.
Should we bring gnarly back?
I won't bring gnarly back.
Do people even know?
Can you make gnarly and wet work together?
No, we could do it
I don't
separately.
think so. That's something on the internet that I'm not really interested in.
Liar.
So my point was people don't have a stick up their ass there. So that's a good time. I like that part of it.
Nice.
Because you wouldn't get away with that shit on a track day. There's no fucking way. They tell you to get lost. You get black flagged and thrown out of there for sure.
Yeah.
So I like that part of it. But I still want to do grip stuff for sure. I want to keep the Fiat as a grip car and the RX-7 will be the drift car. I can do both things. But I like the balance of some competition or some more serious racing. And then let's just go fuck off. It's not a big deal. Like, there's no competition really. Or it's, if it is competition, it's kind of within, and it's supposed to be fun.
It's like hanging out with your friends and having a good time versus competing.
Right.
I was going to say, I think it's funny that originally you built the RX-7 to be like your
Grip car.
Well, it was supposed to be a grip car, but then it was also supposed to be like kind of your Grand Tourer
Everything car.
streetable car.
Track
and
day.
now you're going to turn it into a drift car. And I'm like, so that means you're going to have to buy a third project car. But
Nah, son.
I can't think of anything that Trailblazer SS would be better for than like TSD rallies and stuff like that, which is kind of what you wanted to build the RX-7 towards being able to do.
Yeah, it checks all the other
You know what would be
boxes, which is nice.
sick as fuck with that thing?
What's that?
One lap.
Yep.
There's an SUV class.
There is an SUV class. The only issue, I wouldn't win. Because
You're not going to win no matter what you show up.
That's true.
It does not matter. You're not going to
somebody's going to have a 600 horsepower Porsche Cayman. Or Cayenne?
Cayenne.
Macan.
Ooh, a 600 horsepower Macan
Macan
would be sick.
It's dope, bro.
That's just a Q5.
Is it?
Yeah.
They're not, like, relatively that expensive.
It's just a Q5.
We just get, like, a really old Q5. Well, the Q5 is a 2-liter turbo. Can you get a 3-liter V6? Q5?
I don't know what motor's in the Macan, I guess.
Okay. I thought you could get it with a V8. Maybe I'm making shit
I
up.
bet next year the F-Pace will be the one to have.
Yeah, dude, those are
Pretty rad.
cool. Those are cool for sure.
It'd be sweet if someone showed up in a Bentayga. Bentayga?
Bentayga. I think.
Bentayga?
There's a Y in there.
Bentayga.
Robbie's looking at us like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The Bentley Bentayga? I think it's Bentayga.
Bentayga.
It's their new SUV.
Oh,
Bentley makes like a kind of a large crossover SUV.
It's got a W12, bro.
But apparently it is a fucking rocket ship.
Twin turbos, yo. Isn't it like 670 horsepower or
Something stupid. Apparently it is a rocket
Full
ship.
YOLO. Full
Can you
YOLO.
imagine how ridiculous that would be? A W12?
That's crazy. That's
It's
weird,
not even necessary.
It's a weird thought. I never really thought about that.
It's like something they've been working on for like the past 10 years, and it finally came out. Like they've been threatening to make an SUV forever.
Yeah.
And then it finally came out.
I wonder what that's built on. Because Bentley's owned by Volkswagen, right?
Yeah.
So is that just a Cayenne with a W12 in it?
It's probably...
They just took the Audi W12, put it in the Cayenne, and put a new body on it?
Is the Cayenne a Q7? Is that the same deal?
I think they're basically the same thing, yeah.
Probably then. Seems like cheating, but considering they're like, I don't even know how much, 300,000 probably.
Do you know Volkswagen makes like a light duty pickup? Not quite like well, it's probably Colorado size now.
A Ute?
It's called an Amarok.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we have that?
I don't know. They should totes bring that over here.
That brought something up. So when
This is the most random thing ever. We're just
nobody's
everywhere.
listening anymore anyway, so I might as well talk about this. So, you know, I complain about trucks and how big they are and how expensive they are.
Yeah.
So when I was waiting on finishing up the paperwork for the TBSS, I was talking to the guy. They had a Canyon sitting there.
They're so expensive.
That one, cloth seats, $37,000.
So you could spend $50,000 on a Colorado or a Canyon. If you want to get a diesel one that's loaded, you could drop $50,000 on a small truck.
I'm good, son. I don't need that. So here's the problem. It's like there was a Sierra sitting next to it, which is a 1500. It's maybe
2 inches shorter.
Yeah, like 7/8 the size. It's like 15/16 the size.
Yeah, it's just right.
It's a little bit smaller.
You put my S10 next to a 2001 Chevy Silverado.
They're going to be like,
you
who brought the Hot Wheels car?
You could put my S10 in the bed of the Silverado and use it as a lifeboat when your Silverado breaks down.
It's ridiculous. So I was trying to be nice to the guy. I was like, hey, this is pretty cool, and glad they came back with a smaller truck or whatever. He's like, yeah, we're not really selling a lot of these.
Because they're expensive.
That's what he said. He said, for not much more money, you can have the 1500, and that's what everybody's doing.
Duh.
Thank you.
Because not that it really matters, but not that the 1500 is a strikingly good-looking truck, but the front end of the Colorado is just kind of weird. I don't like it.
I think the Canyon is better, but yeah.
So, if looks alone and the fact that there's just a small amount difference, and the 1500 has a better towing capacity and just everything, of course people are buying that.
That's what he said. So we're not really selling many of those. Go
This is
figure.
my shocked face.
Yeah. It needs to be smaller and cheaper.
Should be $12,000 to start, Should have crank windows and rubber floor mats.
Oh, you're asking a lot there. A work truck version?
Yeah.
Surely Chevy makes a work truck package.
Yeah, because USIC, they're a utility locating company. That's what they're all driving.
They
now
got
is
Colorado
Colorados.
work trucks.
I don't know if they're stripped down. And next time I'm on a locate, I'll ask.
See if he's got crank windows. I'll
I'll talk
surprised.
to the USIC guy next time I'm on a locate.
Be really surprised if he has crank windows. But
That's some hard hitting news right there,
Bam.
people.
it would be
Who else is going out of their way to find out if
Colorado
you
has
can buy a
crank
truck with crank windows?
Nobody.
But why? Like, sorry to beat this to death, but why can't you just have like it's a truck? You put stuff in the bed. You know, you can tow a couple thousand, 3,000, 4,000. Do you need to tow 7,000 pounds with the smallest pickup you can get? Like, really? What happened to? Sound like an old person. Back in my day, what happened to?
Back in my day.
What happened to like the
Get off my
Mazda?
lawn.
Damn kids! What happened to like the Mazda, the B series Mazda?
B2200?
What happened to those, dude? Those were sick.
There's a kid in Ames who's building a drift truck out of one of those. Putting a small block
Why not?
Ford
What's
in
wrong with that? What's wrong? Why can't I have that?
Because apparently they don't get what the general public wants to buy. I think there's still markets for stuff like that. Oh, they don't sell. Really? Maybe it's because you don't fucking make it.
Well, I would think. What'd you say? USIC?
USIC. They're
Did
a
they-
locating company.
You think if you could get them a smaller, cheaper truck, they'd be like, yeah, okay, let's do it? Because what are they carrying
Yeah.
around with them?
A locator.
Okay.
Some
Shovel?
flags. Some cases.
A hammer?
Of spray paint.
Yeah. They
No,
would.
if those guys have to get out a shovel or a hammer,
They're done.
Ah.
Dunzo?
you can't do it.
Not today. You got to call somebody else.
They're pussies. I said it.
Hopefully nobody from there listens to this like they care.
Next
but
time I see him, I'm going to give him a business. Listen to this.
but I would. I mean, there's a business case for that. Why don't you just make it just a cheap? It's just a cheap truck. You want a cheap truck? It's cheap. It's really cheap, but you don't get any options. That's it.
It's got a 5-year,
It's a-
10,000-mile warranty.
It's a fleet. It's a fleet vehicle only, and the public can buy it, but it's a fleet spec, and that's it. It comes in white and black. I
I think it's a great idea.
Because
Maybe silver.
I would think that like SEMA dudes would kind of be in it. Like, you know what I mean? A real small truck, you could LS swap or put something like Coyote or something stupid in it. I think you could get like a little bit of a cult following going there, doing dumb shit.
Mini trucking for life.
Mini trucking, son. It's already been a thing. Just bring it back with small trucks.
We were corrected that it's still a thing.
It is, yeah, sorry. It is a thing.
Sorry.
What do we
the
got?
news.
We should do the news, Robbie.
Robbie.
All right. Well, we can start the news with Harley Davidson is going to pay $15 million in fines for the Screaming Eagle tuning. And they're paying that to the EPA.
I bet you Harley Davidson is happily paying $15 million.
Yeah, they're like, okay, great, thanks, bye.
yeah, here you go.
What?
Because they're looking at Volkswagen, who's paying $15 billion. And they're like, yeah, here you go. Just take our money.
Thanks, bye.
Because they made a hell of a lot more than $15 million on that stuff. I guarantee it.
So here's
So it's not just that, though. They have the fine.
Yeah.
And then they have to stop selling their super tuners. And then
Yep.
they have to buy back or destroy all such tuners in stock at dealerships.
So for those of you that don't know, who have never bought a Harley Davidson before, which is probably everybody listens to this.
Most of you, yeah.
So here's the deal. You go into the Harley dealership, you buy a motorcycle, which is overpriced, and then before you can even sign on the dotted line, the next thing is the accessory dude comes and finds you and sells you a whole bunch of other shit you don't need.
And you just spent another $20,000.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. So you spend easily 20 grand on a bike.
Yep.
The world's rarest motorcycle
On a fucking
is
motorcycle.
a stock Harley Davidson.
And then the accessory dude comes over and sells you a bunch of other shit. It's before you get to the finance office. So
You got 40. Is that really what a Harley costs? Like a
Like
Say-
a new Harley?
Oh,
say
you
I'm buying a brand new Harley. Is that really
Okay.
like $20,000?
Oh, yeah.
So brand new
Like I don't
883, which is the smallest bike you can get
sports,
from
the
them.
little
The
Sportster.
sporty. Yeah.
Is that hard or
Sportster.
soft tail?
That's a line. That's a different line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, sorry. Hard or soft tail. They're all soft tails now. Because that means
okay.
it's got
it's
suspension. Yeah.
suspended.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. But an 883 Sporty, I think, is $9,000. So that's the cheapest motorcycle you can buy from Harley Davidson, except for the 750, which I don't think anybody that actually knows anything about Harley Davidsons would say is a Harley Davidson because it used to be a Buell, but whatever.
So let's say I walked into the Yamaha dealership and I wanted to buy an R6. That's probably a mid-level bike, right?
R6 is a
12.
pretty crazy. Even though it's 600cc, it's probably still like 120 horsepower.
But it's no R1.
No.
So let's say I'm buying an R6. That's a mid-level bike. For
It's
Yamaha's lineup, it's probably about the middle.
Yeah.
What does that
It's
cost?
probably the same.
Fuck me.
But you could walk into the Yamaha dealership. You want let's say, a 40 horsepower bike that looks like a sport bike and is going to ride well. It's going to be easy to ride. It's going to be great on maintenance. It's going to be cheap to own. You can buy that for like less than $4,000, I think.
Robbie's over here Googling stuff.
Yeah, the MSRP is 11.
On
On a R6.
Brand new R6.
What's the horsepower, does it say?
Doesn't.
It's the weird thing about sports bikes is when you start getting into stuff like that, they're all like these race-bred chassis, and they just change the engine size. But even like a 600cc engine may still make 120 horsepower, which is fucking enough, trust me. So it's still super stupid fast.
That's as much power as my Omni makes, and I'm
Yeah.
moving 20.
And it only weighs probably 380 pounds.
It's terrifying.
Wet.
Yeah, it's super wet.
Dripping wet.
Dripping wet. So anyway, let's say you want a middle of the road Harley Davidson, you're probably looking at 20 grand. You want the best Harley Davidson money can buy, the Cadillac as they would say. Before you get to the accessory guy, I know for a fact it's $40,000.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And yeah, so it's Harley Davidson, so you're paying for that name.
You're paying for that name.
Oh yeah, we've kind of talked about
There's
this
a tax.
before. They really have they have
a name for sure, a
they have
brand.
a scheme going. They
Yeah,
got this
so-
shit figured out.
So when the guy shows up to sell you accessories, he can sell you a Screaming Eagle tuning kit.
Yes.
So
And everybody buys it.
yeah, probably. I don't even think it's that expensive.
No, I think
There's
it was,
another-
it was like
when you're already dropping that kind of cash, what's another
$900?
$200?
I think it was like $900 for like the whole
Yeah, but
package.
it's
Because you get the exhaust with it because you want to have free flowing exhaust. You need a better filter.
Well, it's
You're
gotta
not
be
keeping
loud.
stock exhaust on. Are you fucking
yeah,
kidding me? It's
why-
ridiculous.
why did you
I
make
want to wake up
amateur hour?
all of.
I'm
my
not even
neighbors.
sure why Harley Davidson makes exhaust.
They should. And it should just be. Yeah, they only
Just
get
whatever.
aftermarket.
Just dump it
or
out. Do you need a
their
collector?
aftermarket.
Just straight out of the engine.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That would be the worst.
Fuck the
running
people
thing
3 blocks
ever.
over. Fuck them.
So Harley's going to be fine for that. Which $15 million is a lot of money, but compared to everyone else is getting screwed over this for like Volkswagen and whatnot, it's kind of
They
pocket
made
change
a
by
lot more than
comparison.
15 million too.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
would think so.
They're doing fine for
They'll be all right.
themselves.
I also saw that maybe they didn't get bikes tested for a couple years by the EPA, but they sold them anyway. That got rolled into that fine.
Oh really?
Ooh, that's sketchy.
That's a little sketchier.
Because my biggest concern with all this is kind of our concern what we had with that the pre-RPM EPA Act thing that came out where they were saying like we couldn't modify cars for the street. This kind of rolls into that where
Yeah,
these tuners
because-
specifically say on their website race applications only. So I mean, granted, I understand finding them for selling them for street vehicles. Like if they're intentionally selling it to a car or a bike that's going on the street, I get that. But to find the company $15 million for selling a race application ECU or a tuning kit, I guess
Could be a slippery slope.
yeah,
Could be a slippery
I
slope.
think it's a bad sign of things to come.
I think the issue they're taking with it is like, dude, they hadn't really even bought the bike yet. And you are providing the license for it. That
Right.
might be the other issue is you guys are setting up
Yeah,
the registration for it.
If they came back 6 months later and bought that kit,
Yeah,
Yeah,
apples-
they-
apples
probably
and
It
be a
might have been a
different
slap
story.
on the wrist like, can you guys do it after you fucking get the license plate on the bike? Like, really? Like, we know you're doing this. Just do it after.
Right.
Because that to me, if the bike is new and it hasn't even been registered yet, I kind of see that because you're kind of blatantly like you could have done it at the factory, but instead you're just doing it at the dealer before delivery is taken.
Right.
I understand the slippery slope argument, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. Like, dude, can you just like wait like 5
but you
more
know
minutes?
that's not how bureaucrats are looking at
No,
it.
they're looking at it for the fine.
Yeah.
Of course, they probably spent $15 million paying bureaucrats to figure out what had gone wrong. So, but anyway, let's not go
Well,
there.
yeah, so you find Harley for it, but what about these other companies, the aftermarket companies that are doing it? Are they going to go after them?
Well, that's my hope is
That they don't.
them being like, okay, really, like the bike is brand new.
Right.
I'm hoping that's where the line is. But
Yeah.
with the EPA, I
Yeah.
mean, who the fuck knows? They can do whatever
Yeah.
they want. They could do whatever they want.
Because it's for the environment, so it doesn't matter if it's new or used.
And the other issue is it's Harley Davidson that's doing it because they still own the bike. That's probably where Harley Davidson still owns the bike when they put the Super Tuner on it,
Okay.
or at least when they sell it.
Yeah.
But if you buy the bike and you take it home and you buy the Super Tuner, is the EPA going to go to everybody's house and say, "Are you only racing that while you're using the Super Tuner?" That's harder to prove. Now, proving that you sold it to a guy that you then put a license plate on the bike, that's pretty
easy.
clear. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when he paid for the tax, title, and registration and the Super Tuner with the same check.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's that. I'm hoping that's the issue, but EPA needs to calm the fuck down.
That at least makes sense.
Need to calm down.
What
else?
The Lancer Evo is dead.
It's dead.
It's
Like
DED
officially.
dead.
Officially dead.
Because we kind of knew it.
Yeah.
Are you sad?
Yes.
I'm kind of sad. You're
I'm
not sad, Robbie?
Not because I liked the Evo 10, but because I like performance cars,
Yes.
and the more the merrier.
Yes.
And it's just another one that bites the dust. So now I want to buy a fun 4-door car. What do I buy?
Trailblazer SS.
Brand new.
Not Mitsubishi.
I want to buy a brand new, fun 4-door, little 4-banger turbocharged, high-strung car. My only options, basically, Subaru
Yep.
or something German.
Yep.
So you
I could
Subaru-
buy
Subaru
High
is-
strung.
I
Like,
could go buy an S3
yeah.
or, but I don't really want to do that to myself again. I definitely don't want to buy a Subaru.
Lease it with a warranty.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, but, it's just it's
I
less
get it.
car,
I
one
get
less
it.
enthusiast car, and I don't like that.
I think if somebody said if the option was there, they said you can have an Evo or you can be a Subaru, I'd say I'll have an Evo. Sorry, Subaru friends, but I like to be different.
See, I like the Mitsubishi engine, but I like the looks of the Subaru better.
The new one,
The
actually, yeah. So the new STI, which I saw at the Chicago Auto Show, is really fucking nice.
well, I even
It's like
the older
annoyingly
ones.
nice. You get in, you're like, this
Yeah.
is like really too
Damn it.
nice. Yeah, like there's not much. You used to get in Subarus and go, God, the interior is just an awful place to be. I don't want to be
Except for
here.
the Legacy GT.
Except for the Legacy GT, which I always liked. But that was my complaint with the Subaru, was that it was terrible on the inside, so I don't want it. But the Evo was also terrible. So it was kind of a 50-50 toss-up.
Yeah.
But now if you compare like the new Evo, or well, what would have been the new Evo 10 to the brand new STI, so the STI is so much nicer.
I wonder what the price difference is.
The new quote air quote new 2015.
The new
'Cause they
20
didn't make a 16. They only made a 15,
Yeah,
and they're
the
still
final
selling
edition.
it new. Is 34,000.
Evo?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
No, 34.
Was that I think the final edition was more. The limited numbered one.
The final edition was 42,000, which there was nothing different about except badges.
Goddamn. You could have a
And they painted the intake and other stuff.
sick, bro. You could have an S3. You could have an S3, a really really nice S3, because there are no real options on the S3 except for maybe a couple for 40, maybe 42.
Sold.
That's a hard sell.
Are you kidding me?
No, I mean the Evo is.
Who in their right mind, you park an Evo and a brand new S3 next to each other, and someone goes, "Yeah, I'll take the Evo."
No, me. I'm talking about no. I'm saying if you line the two up together and then asked me, it would be really hard for me to say I want the Evo.
If you had an Audi, a brand new Audi S3,
Yeah,
and a brand new Evo,
yeah.
90% of the population is going to take that Audi all day, every
Right,
day.
exactly.
Robbie
exactly.
would take that Audi.
Would you take that Audi, Robbie?
I would not take that Audi.
Are you kidding me? That car
what
is
the fuck,
heads
dude?
and tails above the Evo.
The Evo is going to be just as unreliable.
Audi what now?
S3.
S3.
S3. I took
So sweet. And it's the right size car. It's small.
No, I would no.
What is
I
wrong
would, I
with
would
you?
take the Evo.
You would kick a puppy if you saw him
I
on the street, wouldn't you?
guarantee you, if you put him in those cars, he'd take the S3.
I don't like
Dude,
Audis, man.
The car's so much better.
the
build
Evo.
quality.
Now we're talking mad shit about the Evo after we said we're gonna miss it.
I am
It's a
going to miss
piece
it.
of shit, dude. And I only say that because I had to ride in one for 2 hours. I thought I was gonna kill myself. It's awful.
Well, it's kind of the sign
The
of
plastic is sharp, like it's sharp edges. Nothing lines up.
What's
in there.
Mitsubishi
can't
in
put a
general?
baby
I mean,
in that.
that whole
You can't put a baby.
that whole
That's
brand
dangerous.
is that way.
It's probably chemicals and stuff in there. You don't know. It's dangerous. but I'm gonna miss it.
Because
I'm with Adam on this one.
It's just one less option. It's definitely not the car. It's pretty far down on my list of cars I'd want, but it's still an enthusiast car option. And anytime they kill one of those, it's a bad day for us.
Yeah, it's a
It
sign of things
doesn't
to come
matter if
from
it was the
Mitsubishi.
RX-8
Yep.
or the Mitsubishi Evo or whatever.
BTW, because that's what the kids say. Did you see today that they?
It's totally what they
That's
say.
what the kids say. Did you see that there's supposedly an RX-9 coming?
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either. Not buying that for a second. If you read did you actually read the article? So they may
No,
have.
I refuse to open it and give it any time of day.
So they may have Mitsubishi or Mazda may have very well trademarked RX-9. Fair
Right.
enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, big deal. If you read it, it says the news source that broke the article also made these renderings, and you're like, shady as fuck, sir. Why would you even put that on your website?
Don't care.
Yep, not gonna
Yeah, it's
happen.
just another one of the.
It's like that.
This is what it could
1,000 horsepower,
look like.
2-liter
Yep.
Mercedes-Benz we talked about.
They said it was going to be a 1.8 liter Wankel 2-rotor, I think, or a 1.6. I don't know.
I can't
It's a lot bigger than the
I can't help but
1.3.
giggle when someone says wank.
Wankel. Is there anything else to say about the Lancer or Evo? So the Lancer's not dead.
No, the Lancers. They have a brand new Lancer.
So if you want a
It's-
piece of shit that's slow, you can still buy that. That's
yeah,
that's
for
fair
$17,000, and
game.
it looks
You
like
get
a
the fuck outta
Malibu.
here. It's 17 grand.
17 grand. It seriously looks just like a Chevy Malibu. It's
No, Malibu
super
looks like
boring.
its face is falling
Way
off.
bigger than a
It's
Malibu.
melted.
It's a Chevy Cruze.
Is it a Cruise?
Yeah, the Malibu's way bigger.
Wait, which is the Cruise?
I don't remember.
Chevy
Cruze
makes
is-
a bunch of shit at the bottom of their
the
chain.
Cruze
It's terrible.
is the
Either way,
Not
it's a
the
shitty looking
Spark.
4-door.
Dude, the Spark is stupid. If you see a Spark in person, it's
No.
got to be taller than
So
it is
slow.
wide. It's got to be taller than it is wide. It looks like a clown car on the inside. I'm not even sure there's a center console.
So my buddy Josh texted me and he was like, "I'm kind of thinking about a Spark." I'm like, "Well, then we can't be friends." Basically, what that amounts to.
Did you send him a
But I was
picture of
like-
you deleting his phone
I was
number?
like, "Why, dude? What?" And he's like, "I want a Fiesta ST fighter." And I was like, "Okay, but I don't think the Spark is that."
Veloster,
And he's
son.
like, I was like, "Doesn't the ST make way more power?" And he's like, "Yeah, it does stock." I'm like,
what are you going to do with a Spark?
"Well, so I remember a long time ago, I got Target added on Facebook. Some shop was that mods Sparks or Cruises was like advertising about how they had set a new stock turbo world record. They make 180 wheel.
Oh, wait, no.
man.
No,
That's
is that the Sonic?
That's what it should have.
Or the
same
Spark.
thing, isn't it?
No, the Spark is smaller and even more stupid. Seriously, have you seen a Spark? It's
I
the
thought they
dumbest
were
thing.
the same thing.
Nah, they're different. It's smaller than. Actually, I don't think it's smaller. I think it's just narrower. It's monumentally stupid.
But-
Anyway, your point is whatever it
when
is.
you-
Yeah.
Like,
Are you talking about
built-
my old roommate had that Sonic RS? Is
Was
what
that
you're
a
talking-
Sonic?
Yeah, it was a Sonic.
That's not a Spark.
No, Spark is smaller and stupider. I'll show you a picture of a Spark.
Smaller than
It's
the Sonic.
Fucking dumb, dude. I will show you a picture. It's
I
so
thought
stupid.
they were the same thing.
Nah, man, it's even
Oh
more
my god,
stupid.
it's got to be so tiny.
It's so stupid.
But then, shortly thereafter, he texted me a Craigslist ad to a used Abarth, and I was like, "Yes, now we're talking." They're kind of cheap.
it was like 10 grand, 11 grand.
I think it was like 12.5. But I didn't open it, to be completely honest with you. And he's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why did he even send it to you when he listens to this?" But that's fine.
Screw you publicly.
But
Why wouldn't you get- why wouldn't
maybe
you
it was a
get-
relatively low miles. But he's like, "It's really hard to ignore."
Get the Abarth. It sounds way better.
If I was gonna buy a Fiesta ST fighter, now we're way off topic. It'd either be an Abarth or a Cooper S.
The Cooper S is many expensive monies.
I know, but used it. I mean, you can buy a
Oh,
little older
maybe a
one.
used
It is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, Sonic or whatever Chevy makes it would no.
Full built, it makes as much horsepower as it should have made from the factory.
And I've driven one and it was bad.
He used to own a Velocity.
It was slow. It was very yeah. So when you unlocked the doors, it made the most offensive like clunking noise, like something had fallen down inside of the door panel.
One of the very first times I
Clunk.
ever hung out with Michael outside of a race event. We're hanging out at his house, and he's talking mad shit about his roommate's car, and Just wait. And he runs inside and he grabs his, come over here. Come on, stand by the car. And he hits the unlocked button. It just makes this god awful thunk.
It goes clunk. And then you do it again in the other. That was just the driver's
Just the
side door.
driver.
And then the other thing goes clunk. The other three. And you're like, this is such a piece of shit.
Because the door panel is paper thin,
Yeah.
and there's no sound ending there. And the mechanism must weigh half of the car, and so when it moves, it just makes this god awful like echoed noise inside the door. It's pretty funny.
Fun fact: it's more expensive than the Veloster Turbo.
Yeah, I remember that. His roommate was pissed when
I bought, because he's like, what did he have? 140 horsepower or something out of a 1.4, and I'm like, yeah, I have a 1.6 and it's 200.
crank.
He's like, shit.
And it was bigger, arguably better looking,
Yep,
much longer warranty,
much longer warranty.
cheaper.
Didn't make that weird noise when you unlock the door.
Cheaper, faster, better looking, longer warranty, more power.
Koreans, man.
Yeah, they're known for their quality.
KDM, yo.
KDM, yo, bro. Better than cheap American cars, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
What else?
For the first time in 2 years, I think, racers return to the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Boom.
Yay!
I didn't have much to say about this, but I figured since you talked about it on your bucket list, we could say that it's a thing. You can, they did go
Yeah.
there.
They're racing there. Hallelujah. Hopefully they can do it next year and maybe I'll be able to go.
Is it, it's not open season then? It's scheduled?
It's called Speed Week for a reason.
It's a whole week.
So it's only a week, and that's all you get, huh? You got to get there that week.
Well, that's the sanctioned event.
Right, but they don't do stuff on the weekends, right? You couldn't just turn up and...
I don't think that there's there's a Salt Flat Racers of America. No.
Damn it.
It's too bad.
SFRA.
We should start that SFRA.
Yeah, I'm into it. We could just go down there. We could rent the whole area. I don't know.
Yeah,
How does that work?
You're going to kick us out?
Yeah,
We'll go over there. Yeah, we'll go 6 miles this way.
Where does the
Where's the
line
line,
of what you own? Because we'll just go
We'll
over
just
there.
go over that line and do it over there, so...
Yeah, so they had a race, and 12 records were broken this year.
Damn, son.
Bam.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Some guy was
Successful.
going after doing 400 miles an hour on a motorcycle.
I'm good, man. I'm going to pass on that.
Mickey Thompson's son did 406 miles an hour.
On what?
I don't think it doesn't even say.
It was 2 bike engines. They're turbocharged. It was a Triumph sponsored effort, and it had a rocket motor in it.
Like a boost rocket?
No. Apparently, Triumph makes a bike called,
called
the
a rocket? Okay.
and it has that motor in it.
That's not where near as cool as a rocket bike.
And it looked like a bullet. It's like one of those that you're inside of. And so then there's a lot of logistics that I haven't quite figured out yet. Like when you're not moving, how do you keep it up? Is there holes and you drop your feet down?
Maybe got to have a guy.
Or do you have a guy?
Probably have a guy.
And then what happens when you crash?
Oh, you're dead for sure.
Ultra dead.
You're
Is
dead.
it better to get ejected and thrown away from the bike or to go rolling with it at 400 miles an hour?
I think you want out of that beast.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll just fold up.
Makes 1,000 horse
I'm good, man.
at a 2 turbocharged
I'm good, man.
motorcycle engine.
I'm
Put me in a
good,
car.
man.
No thanks.
Give me 2,000, 2,500 horsepower in a car.
Yeah.
But I'm good on the bike thing.
I don't want 2,500 horsepower. Knock a 0 off of that.
You're solid. That's good. Let's do it.
That's fine.
Let's go flat out, son.
105 all day long.
Yeah. I maintained my top speed longer than you did, sir. Record broken. What else?
The Cadillac Escala concept. It's a thing. It sounds
Stupid
awesome.
name. Pretty sweet looking car.
I like it. I really do.
It looks like
Did you see some
a...
interior shots?
No, was there interior shots?
Yeah, there's a
I'm
couple
afraid.
interior
I
shots.
wanted to know.
It's pretty. I like it. I like
It's
it a
pretty
lot.
cool. Please make a twin turbo V8. Please, please.
Is it? Did they on purpose just knock 2 letters off the end of Escalade?
Escala means something.
Yeah, it means 2 letters shorter.
It's
than
a smaller
Escalade.
Escalade. No, I think it
It
honestly...
means scale.
That's stupid.
It's Spanish for scale.
Let's bring Bob Lutz back and let him make decisions. Let's
I'm
not.
still mad at Cadillac for not making the Cadillac 16.
And an L... Or no. Yes. Please.
That was the concept car. I don't know, it was probably 10 or 15 years
Yeah.
ago now. But oh my
It was sweet. It worked. It
was
worked.
gorgeous, and I fucking loved that car.
Do you have the concept cars that are pulled up, Robbie?
Yeah.
All of them?
No, just this one. This
Yeah,
Scala.
the Scala. Okay. They've made some really sweet concept cars.
Cadillac has done well with that, yeah.
Let's make some stuff.
That's a good
Let's
looking
make
car.
that.
It's they described it as being basically production ready. Like everything is nothing's
parts.
nothing's too extravagant that they wouldn't just turn around and go, oh, we can make that.
We can
and
make
just
it.
Call it a day.
So let's do that.
Yeah, I see minor tweaks to it, but other than that,
It's
this
based
looks
on
like a car that could just
Based
be
on
out
the
there.
CT6, I think, which nobody has
Yes.
purchased.
That's right. And why have they not purchased the
Because I
CT6?
don't think anybody gives a shit. It's kind of old cat. It's just a big Cadillac.
No.
Is it
not
a
interesting.
car?
Yeah,
It is?
yeah,
I thought it was a crossover SUV.
yes. There's the problem.
Do they
exactly.
make one?
The crossover?
Are they making an SRX currently? I don't know.
I honestly
You
don't.
would think that would be a good business for Cadillac to be in crossover
Yeah,
SUV,
'cause-
but maybe not.
Not that I want more crossover SUVs.
Well, they made that CRX or
SRX.
SRX for a long time, like back into early
It's the XT5 crossover.
So they do make one.
XT5. What's that look like? You have a picture of it?
Looks like an Acadia.
It's not a.
Probably is an Acadia.
It's not an
oh
ATS,
God, it's
so
terrible.
I
Make
don't-
it go away,
Oh man, it's not
That's
an
bad.
ATS. I don't really care.
dude. They can't sell ATSs. Can you believe that?
CRX crossover.
I saw a V.
Fucking sick.
Yes, please.
All day.
Oh my Lanta.
Look at this Trailblazer. I mean, SRX.
Heyo.
He's a hater.
It's a
Don't-
mini Escalade.
Listen, don't be mad because this is the second time I've won up to you in the daily driver. It's fine. Just
Oh.
just let it go. Let's just move on, Robbie.
I will just let it go.
Your negativity is really bringing the show down. Let's move on.
Oh my gosh.
I still
we-
want a Cadillac 16.
Me
For
too.
sure.
Do you see that? Do you remember the giant crystal clock?
No, did it have a giant? All I remember is James May smoking a cigar in one. James May smoked a cigar on one, and I was jealous.
Robbie's Googling it.
It's a neat car.
It's so cool.
It's
It's
cool.
so big. I like how it's like old school and like it's got a hood
It
that's
is.
like 40 foot long. And yeah. I
Cadillac
just
needs
love
to
it.
make something old school. They had
Mercedes is teasing it. Do you see that? They released
that.
this
Oh,
thing where they're talking about a
the
Maybach coupe.
Yeah.
Yep, saw that.
Looks terrible.
Well, I don't know how you could decide that. It's like 4 lines of kind of a silhouette is all they gave us.
Oh, it's concept for sure. There's no way they'll be able to make that.
No, they don't even know what. I mean, nobody knows what it is. It
You
was
mean-
just like
No, they got pictures of it.
Yeah, it's right here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You may have been seeing an old like
maybe I'm
may have been a pre. Hey, we're gonna bring this out at that whatever the Pebble Beach show or whatever. They may have done
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
that. Oh,
Just the
yeah,
silhouette,
yeah.
like all you could see.
Is that other picture you showed us match that silhouette, or are we just finding random shit on the internet like we normally do?
Oh no,
This makes for good radio.
They unveiled it. It says it's that
at
red
Pebble
one.
Beach?
It was at Pebble Beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it look like? Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
It's that car. Yeah.
They're never gonna make that.
Oh God, no.
They'll never make that.
It's just a
Should've made
publicity
16,
stunt.
though.
They should have made this.
I'm not going to drop it.
I'm calling people tomorrow.
Still mad about
calling
it.
some PR people.
Still mad
hey,
about it.
Hey, you remember that car you made in 2003? That concept? We need that. What the fuck's
Asshole.
going on? They had some. Apparently, they were toying around with some pre-orders on that. The 16. There were some people who wanted to buy. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, I know. I
Let's do it.
tried.
Okay.
Then they shut it down.
Sold all my assets, and then they left me hanging.
15-year-old me was like, let's do this.
Let's do this, son. I
I'm
got
selling my Cavalier.
$43.
I didn't have a Cavalier at the time, but I'm selling my moped.
Let's do this
I'm
shit.
selling everything I own. My Nintendo 64, my limited edition whatevers.
Don't
you
sell
know.
that 64. You got to play GoldenEye.
I have GoldenEye.
I don't have to. Now I can play it HD.
You can play it
on my
online.
computer.
Are we fucking doing it or not?
I need,
Gotta
I need a controller. that plugs into a
we'll
computer.
figure it out. We'll go to Best Buy after we're done here.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
could just
seriously.
buy one.
Well, let's just play the 64. I got it right here.
You do?
Yeah.
Baller.
All right. So we'll finish this off with the feds have ordered the truck pollution to be diminished by 25%. That seems excessive.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
By when? Did they give a deadline or they're just like, do it?
2021?
2027.
2027.
That's not. That's 10
That's a
years.
long time.
It's 10 years.
That's
I think that's realistic.
I think it's probably a good thing
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
because trucks seems like they've just had free reign to do what the fuck they want.
Yeah, because you'll see them take
We're
off
talking-
with their stacks, and
We're
you'll
talking
just
semi-trucks
yeah.
here?
Semis.
Well,
Okay.
It started as semis, and I think it encompasses heavy duty pickups also.
It's semi-tractor trailer rigs, delivery trucks, school buses, and similar vehicles.
Okay, so that's heavy commercial vehicles.
trucks.
basically. But yeah, you'll see them take off from a stop sign. They'll just be like bellowing, some, rolling coal or whatever you want to call it.
Not even on purpose.
No, it's just how it is.
Do.
Yeah,
That's probably a good thing. I don't like EPA telling me to do stuff, but
it makes sense.
I've always said, like, if they're gonna go after somebody, why not? Why are you going after the little shit like race cars? When I guarantee you when you compare the amount of pollution that we as racers make compared to semi trucks,
it's a huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference. I mean,
well, not only
let's
that.
start at the top and work our way down to the little stuff.
Let me talk completely out of my ass because I don't have any figures or websites.
That is our
That's our
speciality.
I'm pretty sure that like cars and it may just be passenger vehicles, but I'll lump trucks in with that too. I'm pretty sure that's pretty far down on the list of emissions making shit. I mean, think about how we make our energy.
Yeah.
Coal.
Right.
I mean,
move our products, make our energy.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
But the car's really easy to demonize because we can see the tailpipe and we know they make emission and we have to deal with them every single day. Whereas you don't see, a coal burning facility or you don't see a power plant. That stuff doesn't. For most people, it doesn't affect their daily life, so they can't demonize it.
I think we've done pretty well about cleaning up coal.
Not to say that nobody's made improvements. I think that we've done a good job with that. I just think that the car takes more shit than it should. Probably. I think it takes proportionally more than some other things that maybe we could make advancements in that would make a bigger impact. And I think we do have a responsibility to be more efficient, too. I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh, fuck it, with my 6-liter. Let's just do what the fuck we want.
We're going to go cut down trees after this.
But, so I think we do have a responsibility to do that. I think we need to do it logically, though. And I think targeting is a strong word. I think looking at trucks and saying, I think we can make these more efficient is a really good step in that direction. Because I think they've gotten a free pass for a long time. Yeah.
There's got to be better ways to do that stuff.
And the interesting thing is,
trains.
I have no idea who from PepsiCo said that it may end up being a good thing because eventually the emission, or basically the usage of the fleet, the fuel usage of the fleet will go down, and therefore the transportation costs will go down. Granted, that technology doesn't come out of thin air. You have to pay for it at some point. But his point was it may end up benefiting us just from the fact that it's going to use less fuel usage.
It's a pipe dream, but I like where his head's at.
It'll benefit Pepsi.
Oh yeah.
They're not going to knock a nickel off of a 20-ounce bottle of Pepsi.
100% agree. That's how he was trying to sell it, though. Is, hey man, Pepsi's going to get cheaper. And I'm like,
no, it's not. You're just going to make more money.
How
asshole.
about that? Your margin's going to go up. I'll give you that. And that may not even be true anyway, because the cost of the truck may offset the fuel. But if it so it offsets. Like, oh great, okay, perfect. We're letting out less emissions. The trucks are a little bit more expensive, but they're cheaper to operate. That's not so bad.
Yeah, so I think the 25% emission reduction is probably obtainable.
In 10 years, yeah.
The lofty goal of having an average of 54.5 miles per gallon on these semis is out of this fucking world.
That's just the fleet for that's for CAFE. That's for passenger vehicles.
Or U.S. automakers has an average.
I think the EPA has already given up on that that's not going to work.
That's not going to work?
How are you going to get an average of 54?
You can't.
Especially when we can barely make a car that does that.
I think that they have an annual goal that everybody's supposed to be hitting.
And no one's hitting it.
Nobody's hitting it, so everybody's just taking the fine. It's cheaper to take the fine than to spend the money on the R&D to fix it.
Yeah, because like Peterbilt, they're not going to ever hit 54. Like in this, let's see, 2013, getting 10 miles to the gallon out of a Peterbilt truck with a trailer was a big deal.
They got 10 miles. I'm surprised they got 10 miles.
10 miles to the gallon. It was a really big deal. You're going to go to 54?
It's not going to happen.
In 10 years? No, you're not.
No, I don't think anybody's going to do that. Anybody. Across the board. Gas is too cheap right now, and there's too much of it. Oil's cheap, son.
Oh, yeah.
Super cheap.
OPEC. So, just real quick.
I've
heard something interesting that ties into one of your most common complaints for new vehicles, and that's that they're always getting bigger.
Yes.
Apparently, the the average fuel economy that a certain sized, or the average fuel economy that a class of vehicle has to reach gets more relaxed the bigger the footprint is, or something.
So the segments of cars.
If you take the last generation Buick Regal,
okay,
and the current generation Buick Regal,
okay,
if they just make it 2 inches wider and 4 inches longer, it increases by X number of square feet of footprint.
Okay.
And so then they don't have to be as efficient to meet the minimum regulation for something. And it's easier to just make the car a little bit bigger than it is to keep it the size it is and improve it up to the point that the government is happy. There's some weird rule, and this is me not researching it, and I heard it somewhere. Probably some random podcast I listen to because I listen to way too many of them.
Weird.
But there's something to do with the physical size of the vehicle, and the bigger they are, the less of something they have to achieve.
I had heard, in similar respect to that somebody on Jalopnik was making the argument that the EPA and the National Highway Safety Administration need to meet each other. Like maybe they're like, "Hey, what's up, dude?
Sit down for some tea or something."
Yeah. So, and it's a good point, and it's something that I think should be addressed. And I don't know how. I don't have a solution, but it was a good point. The two of them are conflicting with one another because the National Highway Safety Administration says cars need to be more robust. They need to stand up to higher crash ratings. They need to this, that, the other thing. And the EPA says no. They need to be more efficient. They need to use less fuel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're not directly correlated, but they almost are. The weight and size of a car has an effect on the the emissions of a vehicle.
The more robust a car is, in general, the heavier it's going to be.
Yes. And so therefore, those are not directly, but those are sort of conflicting requirements.
Yeah, and if it's slightly bigger, then it has more crumple zone.
Yeah.
Which makes it safer.
Right. But it's heavier.
But it's heavier and therefore less efficient.
Right.
Probably.
So, you guys should chat, maybe. Figure something out. But it's a good point. And I think that's the other problem with cars getting bigger is that we keep stepping up our safety requirements, which, okay, you can argue whatever you want to argue there. I don't really have an opinion because I try not to crash my car. But those don't...
We all do that?
Yeah, maybe.
So the guy that went drifting last weekend.
Thanks. But anyway, my point is, I thought that was a really interesting point and just something to consider. And I don't have a solution, but it was just interesting enough. I'm like, yes, that's a good point. I like that.
Huh.
Food for thought.
The more you think?
The more you think?
I would say it's definitely not the more you know because I don't have a damn clue.
Boom. We got anything else?
I don't think so.
Greenfield swap meet is the 9th and the 10th.
Yeah, I don't know why we even went there, but my dad called me.
The concourse is the 11th. What's up?
So this comes out the 28th. So Monday the 5th, I, at least, will be in Lincoln at Solo Nationals.
Going all the way to Lincoln?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Monday is just the test and tune.
Okay.
So there's not too many cars there, but I've already talked to one of our fans, and I'm hoping to see him. Anybody else who's going there, let us know. I would like to meet some of you.
Hit us up on
crazy
the socials.
fools.
Hit us up on the socials. I know we got people at Autocross to listen to this, so hit us up. Hit that store, 10tenspodcast.com.
Buy some swag.
Hit the store button. Buy some swag. I know you guys have been asking us for it, so do that. We will have that up and running by Sunday when this comes out. And I think that is all, friends, unless you guys can think of something else.
Nope, not this week.
Let's end it. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next week.
Deuces.
Peace. I talked to you, Bay, or as I like to call him now, Bay.
Bay. Does he know that?
No. Not yet. How has nobody called him that yet?
I bet somebody has.
Anyway, Bay. I'm just calling him Bay from now on.